everyone, welcome back to my garden. Today's video is going to be a little bit of a garden update, what I have got growing, what I'm planting, and some of the maintenance that I've been doing in my garden, as well as a few delicious garden snacks. So we recently got back from a little bit of a trip away. We went up north camping. We're really lucky here in Western Australia that we can travel around our state, and also it is humongous, so there are so much places to see without bumping into a lot of people. We went up to Mulberry and Shark Bay, and it was about 8 hours drive, I think, up to Shark Bay. Pop a few of the photos and videos in for you to see what that was like. Let's get into it. It is super hot today. I think it's like 36 degrees and summer is on its way. While we were away, my garden was very neglected, and it was also super hot that week, so lots of things really struggled. So some of the jobs that I had to do was weed the front fruit trees because they had heaps of creeper grass and weeds, and citrus don't like things growing around the base of them, so I had to get all of that out. And it was something that I had been procrastinating for way too long. If you have weeds that are grasses, I really highly recommend getting them out before they go to seed. Otherwise the seeds are going to spread everywhere, and then next year you'll have more weeds and more grasses popping up. So I definitely left that way too late. That's sort of my style. I also started getting my pumpkin patch prepped, which is also way too late, but I ripped out all the old annuals, the cabbages and broccolis that had gone to seed, the fennel, and just gave it a real good tidy up. Then I'm going to pop some more composted manure and remulch it, get ready to plant my new pumpkin seeds. Usually I just chuck lots more other things in there when I have extra veggie seedlings. It's super hot. 36 degrees definitely is maxing out for me. My pallet planters, I also did the same thing, pulled out any of the annuals. I collected the seeds of the ones that I wanted to save and popped them in a brown paper bag with write on it what they are and the year. Collecting seeds is also a really good step towards self-sufficiency because you have free seeds that you can grow next year, which one plant, when it goes to seed, produces so many seeds, which will be so many more plants, and just really boost your food production capabilities. It's also food security, so you know that you have seeds to grow your own food if you can't get your hands on seeds. So during the peak of the COVID, I don't know about where you're from, but where I am living in Western Australia, we had a real shortage of seeds. People panic bought seeds and started their own veggie gardens, and there was like nothing on the shelves, no seedlings, no seeds. So having your own seeds from your own garden that you know are going to grow really well is a really good idea. And I keep them in like a mail tray, and I just have them kept in seasons, so I have like spring, summer, autumn, winter, roughly, of when I'm going to plant them. Been giving my gardens a really good water really early in the morning or in the evening when the sun has gone down, which gives the plants plenty of time to absorb that water and nutrients. Oh my god, I'm getting bitten by ants. Ow! Teach me for wearing a dress in the garden. And also gave them a water with liquid seaweed solution. So I have got a attachment for my hose from HoseLink, and you can just pop the solution in there with some water and then spray it through the hose, which is super handy, and I have done that to all my gardens. It just gives it a little bit of a boost of nutrition and helps with that transition. Especially it was so good to do after I got back from being away and the plants were a little bit stressed and lacking water. Just gave my whole garden a water and spray with the seaweed solution, and it bounced back really quickly. Everything is now looking green and healthy again. My strawberry guava is about to go into full bloom. Look how many flowers are there. It is going to be loaded with fruit soon. I'll show you the full thing. It's pretty big now. I've been getting about at least three harvests of this. So it flowers, it fruits, and then it flowers and fruits for like 3/4 of the year. So I'm gonna have to come up with some good recipes for these. Here is one of my feed jar plants, and it is in full flower. We've had heaps of bees pollinating it. I've even seen some of the little parrots in here and the hover flies, so I am, fingers crossed, going to get heaps of fruit off it. I have a few of these hollyhocks which are about to bloom, and I have no idea what colours they are, so I'm really excited. I keep checking to see if it started flowering. This is my first hollyhock to bloom, and it is a white one, all dusty. On to the next. My mulberry is looking really lush. It's got a few little mulberries on this one. My other one in the pot already fruited earlier, so this one is a little bit later, but it's huge. I grew this from a little cutting, so I'm going to make some more cuttings off this one once it is finished fruiting. This is a white mulberry, which tastes like honey. I've also planted some sunflowers all in between my fruit trees. I've got other things in here like sage. This is an arrowroot. The cornflowers are looking beautiful, and the hoverflies, which look like wasps or bees, but they're actually a fly, have been prolific in the garden at the moment. They're really good pollinators, so I'm happy that they are in the garden. They die off quite quickly, so I'm gonna pick them and make something with these. The bees love these, and they are also edible. So I have got a beautiful bowl of these cornflowers that are all completely edible. They're so pretty. So I'm going to make something really special with these. Oh, bug. Okay, to make my flower salt, I'm gonna mix my dried flowers. Look how pretty they are. They've kept their colour really nicely, although they have changed slightly, gone a little bit darker. I'm gonna do some sea salt flakes, and I've also got some fine Himalayan pink rock salt, which I'm gonna add as well. So I have just put 2 cups of white vinegar in here. I have my beetroot sitting in some water because the white ones will oxidize and go brown really quick, so I just keep them under the water. And then I am just going to add probably a tablespoon of this honey from my friend's farm, which is delicious. And we can make some salt and vinegar chips. Okay, so the beetroot in there now, so I'm just going to let these soak for, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes to an hour. Some of them are definitely crunchier than others. You need to cut them as thin as you can. also like to focus on a few like key things that I want to grow really well this season, and this year I am going to put my focus on tomatoes, cucumbers and sunflowers. I'm going to have sunflowers all in between my fruit trees, and I'm really looking forward to that. Tomatoes I love. I've really missed tomatoes. I have only bought one tomato since I grew last season's tomatoes. I really try and eat seasonally, and it forces me to learn how to cook with different things and really treasure eating those things fresh when I can. And I love cucumbers. They are so fresh and delicious and just feel like summer. I love a cucumber sandwich with salt, or just like slices of cucumber with salt. So good. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I get a huge harvest of cucumbers and I can make pickles, because pickles are my weakness. Oh my god, I will eat jars and jars of pickles. I did some of my own last year, but I just didn't grow enough. So we're all about cucumbers this year. Alright guys, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment below with what you're focusing on growing this season. I would love to know. And I'll see you next time.